Look, there's something that I always ask. That this week I was asking and I was looking for answers. And I'm sure at the end of this morning glory, you understand why. What is the question that I'm asking this morning? My question I'm asking you this morning is that why do pencil have an eraser and pen do not have an eraser? Pencil have an eraser, but pens do not have an eraser. So there is a saying that we are all not perfect. That is why pencil has an eraser, but pen do not have an eraser. Why? And that is what I want to share with you. Pencil have an eraser because of this. When you are beginning a life, because you do not have any experience, and you are bound to make mistakes, you need an eraser. So because you do not have any experience when you are beginning life, you will make mistakes. And it is okay for you to make a mistake when you are beginning life. So you make certain mistakes in life. That is your life experience. You need to gather experience as you are journeying through this world called life. As you are beginning your life, you will make certain mistakes. You are not perfect when you are beginning a life. You are not perfect when you are starting a life. So you will make certain mistakes when you are starting up your life. When you are starting your marriage, when you are starting your career, when you are starting whatever you want to do, because you do not have any experience, you will make those mistakes. You make certain mistakes, and then your experience will make you learn. And then when you are able to learn from your mistakes, you can be perfect. And that is how a pencil is being designed. Because we are beginning a life, and because we do not have any life experience, that is why our eraser, that is why pencil have an eraser, because we do not have that experience. We do not have life experience. So then our experience become the eraser that is on top of us, that is on top of our pencil. So when we make those mistakes, now our eraser, that is our experience, begin to correct us. Enti se ohwe abra ohwe school asia, when you look at how you begin school, right? As a kid, when they want to teach you how to write, they will first start with you with a pencil, right? When you make a mistake, then they tell you, okay, clean it, write it like this. You don't have any experience, so you need to start with pencil. When you make mistake, you are being corrected by the eraser on top of that, on top of your pencil. Now when you are able to pass the test of life, when you are able to learn life experience, when your experience begin to lead you, when you are being led by your experience, now when you get that experience enough, when your eraser has been able to correct you on the few things that are wrong, when your eraser has been able to corrected you, now you become a pen, because you have been able to learn all the experience that you need. There is no time for correction. So you now become a professional. You now become a pen. When you make a mistake, you can never correct it. So my dear watching me, my dear sister listening to me, this morning what I want you to understand, or the question I'm asking you and what I'm trying to answer it for you, is that why is it that pencil has an eraser and pen do not have an eraser? And pencil has an eraser because we are not perfect. When we are a pencil, we are not perfect. But when we become perfect, or when we learn life experience, we now become pen, because there will not be time for us to correct mistakes. So when somebody gets married, when somebody enter into a relationship, when someone starts a business, you see from the beginning, maybe they may be struggling. You see it from the beginning, it will be so nice, but when they get to a certain point, things begin to fall apart. And then when they are able to learn from their mistake, when they begin to learn and then correct their mistake by the eraser on top of them, you see they become so nice, and they begin to grow very well, and they'll begin to have that experience that you will look upon to correct yourself. So my dear, we are bound to make mistake. It is okay for you to make a mistake. That is why you are a pencil. But gather that experience and move from that pencil to pen. When you move from the pencil level to a pen level, now you can do all that you can. But if you are a pencil, you will make a mistake. Correct yourself by your experience. Correct yourself by the eraser on top of you. And sometimes what hurts us the most is that even though we have an eraser on top of that, but we lack the experience to use the eraser. Sometimes because of our fear, we are unable to use the eraser to even correct ourselves to get to the next level. So my dear watching, my dear sister listening, don't let fear overshadow your experience. Do not allow fear to overshadow your experience. You are not perfect today. You are not professional today. You haven't gotten whatever you want today because there is a certain experience you lack. If you be able to use the eraser on top of you to correct that mistake, you can get to that next level. If you will be able to correct yourself by your life experience, the experience you've gathered from age 1 up to where you are today, if you will be able to use that life experience to correct yourself, you can get to where you are today, where you want to be today. So my dear, pencil has an eraser because that is the beginning of life. When you enter into a certain level, you don't need a pencil again, but you need a pen. But unfortunately, we are not able to learn early. So some of us are still at the level of a pencil. We haven't been able to use our experience enough. So we are still at the pencil level. We haven't gotten to a pen level. But my dear listening to me, my dear watching me, this morning, this hour, I will plead that, look, take your time and analyze yourself. Search within you. Search within you. Check yourself very well. And ask yourself, what are some of the experience that you've gathered that you are not using to correct yourself? What are some of the things that have taught you a lesson, but you are not using that lesson to better yourself? Search yourself this hour and ask yourself that from age 1 up to date, there are a lot of things that has happened to you. There are a lot of things that has happened to me. What am I not doing right that I'm still where I am? Something has taught me a lesson. Why is it that I'm not learning? My dear, if you be able to ask yourself this question, and if you be able to answer yourself this question, if you be able to answer yourself this question, and if you be able to use your eraser, which is your experience, I tell you, things are going to change, that you are going to get to the professional level, which is the pen level. You become perfect to the extent that when you write, it will be the final. When you speak, it will be the final. When you sign, it will be the final. So we do not use pencil to sign an important document. Listen, we do not use pencil to sign an important document. Because you do not have experience, you are unable to sign an important document in your life. But if you can get to the professional level where you've learned so much, you will now become the pen that when you sign, it will be a final. My dear, Okasandru Bebia, Modern Bondu Bebia, if you say unya experience in a year, still over the pencil level. If you can get to the pen level, you will sign an important document. So we bet me do pen level there, you'll be able to sign an important document. So this morning, this hour, this is what I want you to understand. That if you are still a beginner, then you need to wake up and get to the professional level. If you are still a beginner, wake up and get to that pen level. This is a short word that I just want to motivate someone, or I just want to encourage someone with. And thank you so much. And I want you to share, like, comment, and drop your comment too as well. Why do you think pencil has an eraser and pen do not have an eraser? This is my explanation. I'm sure you may have a better reason, better than what I've explained to you. So let me know your thought at the comment section, and I'll be grateful. And this morning, the next thing that I'm going to share with you is something that I think our leaders need to check it out. You see, we are the cause of our own problem. We are the cause of our own problem. This week I was trying to do a certain